Should you train your whole body in one session, or break it up into splits? Today we're diving into split workout schedules, what they are, pros and cons, and how to pick the best one for you. We'll cover examples, recovery tips, and where abs fit in. Let's go. First, let's break down why the organizational structure of your workouts is so crucial. It all starts with a fundamental principle of muscle growth, stimulus and adaptation. Every time you train, you're not just lifting weights, you're intentionally creating microscopic tears in your muscle fibers. This is the muscle damage we talk about. It sounds intense, but it's the essential signal that tells your body it needs to rebuild stronger. Simultaneously, you're placing significant stress on your central nervous system, or CNS. Think of your CNS as the command center that sends signals to your muscles to contract. Intense training fatigues this system, reducing its ability to recruit muscle fibers effectively. This is where the magic of recovery comes in. That damage and stress are only half the equation. The other, arguably more important half, is what happens when you're not in the gym. With proper recovery, which includes adequate sleep, quality nutrition, and hydration, your body gets to work. It doesn't just repair those muscle fibers, it overcompensates, building them back bigger and stronger. This process is called supercompensation, and it's the biological foundation of all progress. But if you interrupt this process by hitting the same muscle again too soon, you're breaking down tissue that's still under construction. This is a fast track to persistent fatigue, frustrating plateaus, and a much higher risk of injury. So how do we manage this delicate balance of stress and recovery? This is precisely where training splits come into play. A training split is simply a strategic plan for organizing your workouts throughout the week, dedicating specific days to specific muscle groups or movement patterns. Instead of overwhelming your entire body in every session, splits allow you to intelligently distribute your total training volume, that's your sets, reps, and weight, across multiple days. This approach has two massive advantages. First, it allows for focused, high-quality work. When you go into the gym to train just your chest and triceps, you can dedicate all your energy to those muscles, leading to a more potent growth stimulus. Second, it builds recovery right into your schedule. While your chest is recovering, you can be training your back or legs the next day. The beauty of splits is that there isn't a single best one. The right split for you depends on your experience level, your goals, how many days a week you can train, and even your personal preferences. So, with that foundation in place, let's dive into the most common and effective training splits and help you figure out which one is the perfect fit to unlock your potential. Full body means you train the whole body each session. Squats, push, pull, arms, core. Benefits: great for beginners, hits muscles 2 to 3 times per week, efficient for busy schedules. Negatives: sessions can run long and heavy repeats may hamper recovery, but beginners typically gain fastest here. Upper-lower alternates upper body and lower body days, commonly run 4 days a week. Benefits: balanced focus, shorter sessions than full body, trains each muscle twice per week. Negatives: needs 4 sessions minimum for best results and can feel fatiguing on consecutive hard days. Now, let's dive into one of the most popular and effective training splits of all time: push, pull, legs, or PPL. It's a classic for a reason. It organizes your training around fundamental movement patterns, starting with push day. This day is dedicated to all your upper body pushing muscles, the chest, shoulders, and triceps. You'll start with heavy compound movements to build raw strength, like the flat barbell bench press for overall chest development. Then, you might move to an incline dumbbell press to target the upper chest, followed by an overhead press to build powerful rounded shoulders. To finish, you'll isolate the smaller muscles with exercises like lateral raises for that wider look, and tricep push-downs or skull crushers to build the back of your arms. The goal is simple: push with maximum intensity. Next up is pull day, the perfect counterpart to your push session. Here, the focus shifts to your entire posterior chain, your back and biceps. This is where you build that coveted V-taper and impressive pulling strength. Your workout will be anchored by heavy horizontal and vertical pulls. Think barbell rows to build back thickness and pull-ups, or lat pull-downs for width. But don't stop there. To build a truly three-dimensional back, you need to include movements like face pulls, which are fantastic for rear delt development and improving your posture. Finally, you'll cap it off with direct bicep work like classic barbell curls or hammer curls to forge strong, peaked biceps. And then there's the day that separates the dedicated from the casual: leg day. While often feared, this is arguably the most important workout of the week. building the foundation for your entire physique. You'll target your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves with a grueling combination of heavy compound lifts and targeted accessory work. The barbell squat remains the undisputed king for overall leg mass and strength. To hammer your hamstrings and glutes, you'll incorporate Romanian deadlifts. Then you can use machines like the leg press to safely push your quads to their absolute limit. Don't forget lunges for stability and balance, and finish with calf raises to complete your lower body development. A powerful leg day stimulates a huge hormonal response benefiting your entire body. So, what makes PPL so effective? Its biggest advantage is its logical structure. By grouping muscles by movement, you give each muscle group ample time to recover before it's worked again, even in a high-frequency setup. This split is incredibly versatile. You can run it as a 3-day cycle for solid, consistent gains, or ramp it up to a 6-day cycle. Push, pull, legs, repeat, for maximum muscle growth, hitting every muscle group twice a week. However, this high frequency is also its biggest challenge. The primary pitfall is a lack of consistency. If you miss a day, that entire muscle group goes untrained for a significant period. And the most common mistake? Skipping leg day, which leads to an unbalanced, top-heavy physique. To succeed with PPL, prioritize recovery, sleep and nutrition are non-negotiable. Plan your week, stick to the schedule, and embrace the grind. Body part or bro split focuses one big muscle per day: chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs. Benefits: maximum volume per muscle and bodybuilding friendly. Negatives: you train most muscles only once weekly, less ideal for hypertrophy. Works for advanced lifters who love training and can sustain high volume. So you're ready to get serious about your training, but you're faced with a critical question. Which workout split is right for you? The internet is flooded with options: push-pull legs, upper-lower, full body, the classic bro split. How do you choose the one that will actually deliver results and not just waste your time? The answer isn't about finding a magic program, it's about designing a smart one, tailored to you. To do that, we need to consider 5 key pillars: your recovery capacity, your primary training goal, your leg and ab training strategy, and most importantly, your real-world lifestyle. Let's break down each one so you can build the perfect blueprint for your success. First up, recovery. This is the non-negotiable foundation of muscle growth and strength gain. You don't get stronger in the gym, you get stronger when you rest. If you're training 4 to 6 days a week, you must ensure each body part has fully recovered before you hit it again. We're talking about 2 types of recovery: local and systemic. Local recovery is about the muscle itself repairing. Systemic recovery is about your central nervous system, or CNS, which takes a massive hit from heavy compound lifts like squats and deadlifts. If your performance is dropping session to session or you feel constantly drained, that's a red flag. Your CNS is fried. The solution isn't to push harder, it's to be smarter. Prioritize 7-9 hours of quality sleep, fuel your body with adequate protein and calories, and consider active recovery like stretching or foam rolling. If you're still not recovering, your split is the problem. You either need to lower your training volume or switch to a split that allows for more rest days. Next, what is your primary goal? Are you training for raw strength or for muscle size, hypertrophy? If your main objective is to increase your 1 rep max on the big lifts, your split needs to prioritize frequency. To get stronger at a movement, you need to practice it often. This is where full body splits or upper-lower splits shine. They allow you to hit major compound lifts like the squat, bench press, and deadlift at least twice, sometimes 3 times per week. This repeated stimulus improves your technique and neuromuscular efficiency, basically how well your brain can recruit your muscle fibers. A strength-focused split is all about quality over quantity, focusing on heavy weight for lower reps. But what if your goal is aesthetics? If you want to build as much muscle as possible, your focus shifts from frequency to volume and metabolic stress. This is where the body part split, or bro split, comes into its own. By dedicating an entire session to 1 or 2 muscle groups, like chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, you can hit them with a ton of exercises, sets, and reps. This high volume creates significant muscle damage and metabolic stress, 2 key drivers of hypertrophy. While you only train each muscle group once a week, the intensity of that session is unmatched. This split is perfect for intermediate to advanced lifters who can handle the volume and want to bring up specific body parts. Now let's talk about the often neglected muscle groups: legs and abs. Be honest, do you tend to skip leg day? If so, a full body split is your accountability partner. It forces you to train your legs every single session, leaving no room for excuses. For those who do train legs but want to improve them, an upper-lower split allows for 2 dedicated leg days a week, which you can structure to focus on different areas, like one day for quads, and another for hamstrings and glutes. As for abs, placement is everything. Your core is already working hard to stabilize you during heavy squats and deadlifts. Tacking on a bunch of crunches afterward is not only less effective because you're fatigued, but it can also compromise your lower back. The smarter approach? Add your direct ab exercises on less taxing days, like after an upper body or push session, when your core is fresh and ready to work. Your split must fit your lifestyle, not the other way around. If you have a demanding job, a family, and can only realistically make it to the gym 3 times a week, a 3-day full-body routine is incredibly efficient. You'll stimulate every muscle 3 times a week, maximizing your results in minimal time. On the other hand, if the gym is your sanctuary and you love training 5 or 6 days a week, a push-pull-legs or a body part split can provide the variety and focus to keep you motivated and engaged. For those with unpredictable schedules, forget assigning workouts to specific days. Use a flexible A-B routine, like upper-lower, and simply alternate between workout A and workout B whenever you get to the gym. The most effective plan is the one you can stick to consistently. Before you start, let's cover some common mistakes. The biggest is program hopping. Switching your split every few weeks because you're not seeing instant results. Progress takes time. You need to give a program at least 8 to 12 weeks to work. Another mistake is copying the split of your favorite professional athlete. These individuals have elite genetics and recovery capabilities far beyond the average person. Their high-volume routines will likely lead you to burnout and injury, not gains. Finally, don't fall into the trap of thinking a more complex split is always better. For most people, mastering the basics with a simple, proven split is far more effective than a convoluted program you can't execute with proper intensity. Ultimately, the perfect split is the one that aligns with your goals, your recovery, and your schedule. Don't get paralyzed by all the options. Choose a split that makes sense for you, commit to it, and focus on the things that truly matter. Showing up consistently, pushing yourself with progressive overload, and recovering properly. If you're still unsure, investing in a good coach can be a game changer. They can cut through the noise and design a plan that's perfectly matched to you, ensuring your hard work in the gym translates to real, tangible results. Remember, frequency and consistency will always beat a fancy, unsustainable program. Tip 1. Don't chase complexity. Consistency beats fancy programs. Tip 2. Track your lifts to ensure progressive overload. Tip 3. If you're not recovering, eat more, sleep better, or reduce volume. Tip 4. The best split is the one you'll actually stick to long-term. Small, consistent steps compound. Pick your split and commit. So whether it's full body, upper-lower, PPL, or a bro split, match it to your goals, recovery, and lifestyle. Which split do you use? Drop it in the comments. If this helped, like, subscribe, and share with a training partner. Train smart, recover hard. I'll see you in the next one.